Having that diagnosis, BPD, resulted in my getting treated exactly the way I was treated at home. The minute I got that diagnosis, people stopped treating me as though what I was doing had a reason. I'm Jamie. I'm a licensed therapist. I specialize in complex trauma, and this is the series, The Dark History of Mental Health, what no one wants to talk about. If you are interested in this stuff, make sure you're following along, and we're continuing with Judith Herman's book, Trauma and Recovery. One authority describes the primary defect in borderline personality disorder as a, quote, failure to achieve object constancy. That is, a failure to form reliable and well-integrated inner representations of trusted people. I'm going to say that again. These are humans that have not been able to trust the relationships that were external to them, and they aren't able to rely on that external. There's no constancy. These three disorders, DID, somatization, and BPD, might perhaps be best understood as variants of complex post-traumatic stress disorder, each deriving its characteristic features from one form of adaptation to the traumatic environment. And if we break down this, it just makes so much sense. Let's talk about this for a second. This is just theorizing, but I want you to hear this. Somatization is showing up in the body. It's trauma showing up in the body. DID is trauma adaptation in the psyche, formations of self, the conceptualization of self. With BPD, this is trauma manifesting in the interchange between relationships. So we have relationship with body, relationship with psyche, relationship with others. She continues, understanding the role of childhood trauma in the development of these severe disorders also informs every aspect of treatment. This understanding provides the basis for a cooperative therapeutic alliance that normalizes and validates the survivor's emotional reactions to past events, while recognizing that these reactions may be maladaptive in the present. I don't love using the term maladaptive, but in this case, it is not serving the person anymore. These adaptations are now causing interpersonal destruction and barriers to growth in healthy relationships. And the beginning quote was from Tani. She was diagnosed with BPD, and she shares with us just exactly how this becomes a vicious cycle. Denying the reality of my experience, that was the most harmful. Not being able to trust anyone was the most serious effect. She ended with, good therapists were those who really validated my experience.